Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Sarath Financial Info. So today we will discuss about the Visa card and then American Express. What are these two companies? The main point of discussing today is like Visa, the masters have market share is around 52.6%, where in credit card American Express have 19.6, only 20% market share. But the main difference is of revenue. Revenue in 2022, Visa had 30 crore, 30 billion dollar, and American Express had 50 billion dollar, like 20 billion more than Visa, but their market share is very less. So, what is the secret of American Express that we will discuss? So, Visa and MasterCard are the card networks. Their main role is the information sharing. When you swipe your card at a POS machine, POS machine is like point of sale machine where you swipe your card. And how does your credit card issuer know which merchant to transfer the money to? So your card doesn't individually maintain a record of all merchant who can accept credit cards. Instead, it ties up with a card network, for example, Visa card, MasterCard, or any merchant that has Visa or a network service provider can accept payment from a Visa card. When the merchant's bank, acquiring bank, is registered on the card network, the network is completed. Card network save banks the hassle of onboarding each merchant and maintaining the infrastructure. Let us see how a typically credit card transaction works. So there are three steps process for the credit card working. First is authorization, then authentication, and then comes settlement. So what is first authorization? Authorization, in this authorization process, card holders use their credit card to pay a merchant. Then merchant shares these card details with the acquiring bank. Acquiring bank means the credit card company name. Then acquiring bank forward these details to the card network. Card network is like Visa or MasterCard. And in India it's RuPay also. And the network sends these requests to issuing banks to authorize these payments. So authentication. In authentication, issuer validates the details, available limits, and if everything matches, it approves the transactions. This is the work of issuer. In this our example, issuer is our Axis Bank and acquiring bank is HDFC and Visa is our card network and merchant is McDonald and card holder is some customers. So network sends this information to the acquirer who in turn second sends a confirmation to the merchant and customer gets a receipt to confirm the payment. Then comes settlement process. At the end of the day, merchant sends all transaction details to the acquiring bank. Then acquiring bank asks network to settle the transactions. Then network sends payments request to the issuing bank. And then issuing bank transfer funds minus interchange fee and then card networks takes the cut like every bank like acquirer and then issuer bank all these put some charges and they do the final settlement with the final that merchant. So merchant pay the MDR to receive the credit card payment which increase the sales and they don't have to give the credit to the customer because customers don't want to pay from their saving account, so they pay through the credit. So due to that merchants get more sales. So bulk of this MDR would go to the issuer since they are providing the free credit and taking the risk of the customer default. So that means we can say the maximum charge goes to the issuer of that credit. So the acquiring bank for its own service and Visa will also charge a small fees for maintaining this network. Visa is a toll collector where it charges a fee for the transfer of the fund similar to how we pay toll for using the road which is used to maintaining the roads. So what is American Express do? American Express, as we saw, is the biggest cut goes to the issuer and that is the American Express secret. American Express issues their own credit card to the customers and it acts as a issuing banks as well as card network. So they do every business with this their card. So this is known as a closed loop system where American Express control each and every part of their transactions. So it issues the card, maintaining the network, onboard each and every merchant individually and collect payment from the card holders. So this slow down the growth and the volume because they have less volume and are lower, but it gives American Express more control and the bigger role in the transaction. Visa and Master networks are on a open loop. They don't issue their own credit card or anything. So any financial institution which is partnered with Visa can accept payments from the Visa cards. You may have noticed that American Express cards are not accepted everywhere, and most of these all merchants accept Visa cards. This open loop system is one of the main reasons. So, how does this affect American Express revenues? It earns from the discount fees from the merchants, interest income, annual card fees, and others, default penalties, forex, rewards, etc. So these are the main income source of credit card issuers, and they do everything like issuing credit card, then networking there. So everything is there. So they get revenue from this. And discount revenue from the merchant and interest income is the main differentiator. Visa and MasterCard can't earn interest income since they are the just network and not issuers. So they are just getting some commissions on the large numbers, but the American Express do everything, so they are getting more. But the thing is that while American Express from the interest income, it earns cash cow is the merchant revenue. So how does it earn so much from merchants? American Express whole main strategy revolves around the getting the customers to spend on its cards. American Express earns substantial revenue from the annual fees and high spending cardholders because their cardholders are rich people, and American Express invests these revenue in the incentives program. They provide very lucrative incentives and offers for the customers, so this leads for the higher revenue for the merchant, and that's why they don't even bother about the giving more MDR. So American Express prioritize merchants and build many partnership with like for example with Delta Airlines. They provide Delta co-branded cards, and for that 9% of its global volume and 21% of its loan portfolio. American Express closed loop system also has its advantage like growing slowly compared to other card network, but it ends up with the more control over its merchant and bigger take rate on the each transaction. So this is why American Express earns more than others like Visa and Master. Thank you for watching it. Please like, share and subscribe, and to know more these like story, follow us.